Get a cup, get a cup, get a cup. Hello. Welcome back everyone to another video of Freshness Limit. Today, we're looking at animating one-star fast food reviews by the Odd Ones Out. Now, it's been a bit since I've reacted to an Odd Ones Out video. I actually can't remember the last time I did, but hopefully you guys like this. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the Odd Ones Out. If you're new, subscribe as well. Without any further ado, let's begin.
One time, me and a group of buddies were driving through Texas, and we passed a building that looked like the Whataburger corporate office. Just to be sure, I checked my phone and discovered, yeah, we did just drive past the Whataburger corporate office. But what I found interesting was that the building had hundreds of one-star reviews.
Because people, let me guess, because people are going there thinking it's an actual Whataburger, and then they're finding out it's a corporate office. Like, they didn't have any food.
After some investigation, I found that these reviews weren't coming from the Whataburger corporate staff. No, these reviews were from once loyal customers who in one way or another had a negative experience at a Whataburger, and we're gonna take this issue to the top!
Oh, interesting. Okay. I was thinking it was just people like who thought, who went there thinking they could get food and they don't serve food in there because it's a corporate office.
Reading people's wordy laments about their terrible fast food experiences has become a hobby of mine.
Burger King.
And it's not just Whataburger. Every fast food corporate office has hundreds of one-star reviews. These people have been wronged by a billion-dollar company, and the only way they can get back at them is calling them stupid. The team at blah 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 have no intelligence whatsoever. I ordered 3 large lemonades, and all 3 spilled in the inside of my car because the cup holder was way too flimsy. I told the manager named Josh, and all he said he could do was say he's sorry. Sorry isn't going to clean up the mess caused by their stupidity. This guy...
I don't know who I side with. Obviously, the holder should be strong enough to hold drinks, right? But are you sure it was the cup holder, or is he just making an excuse for that?
Spilled 3 lemonades all over his car, and instead of going, I'm so stupid, he went, Josh is stupid. This just goes
Yeah, Josh.
to show that you could do your job perfectly and still have angry customers. Also,
a lot of people also don't want to take responsibility for whatever, if they did something, they never want to take responsibility because then it means that they have to deal with the repercussions. It's a lot easier to push that responsibility and the blame onto someone else because then you don't have to do anything. A lot of people will do that.
What did you expect Josh to do? Hey, I just spilled all that lemonade you gave me in that cup holder. Oh my goodness. How could I be so stupid?
I would think they'd just give you a couple, free ones or whatever. Like, it's only going to cost them a few cents, right? Like, lemonade's cheap to make.
I forgot to turn off spill mode. Bring your car out back and I'll get a straw and then I'll suck it dry.
That's not the only thing you can suck dry.
Oh, hell no, man.
I gotta stop making these weird jokes. I think it gives off the wrong impression.
No need to thank me. That's what fast food employees are for. I can't talk about fast food without bringing up a small local sandwich shop in my area. So here are some of my favorite one-star
I wonder what that would
reviews. We went to the location in blah blah blah. We had 30 minutes to close. I know, sucks, but there was a huge regional wrestling match and there were some starving boys. I walked in and let them know we had 20 sandwiches to order.
20 sandwiches and they're closing half an hour? Yo, I would be so pissed if I was one of the workers.
We didn't have crazy expectations. Substituting meat, forget tomatoes if you're out. We don't need toasted, let's just feed these boys. 9 sandwiches in, the sweetest girl who was making our food said her manager said, shut it down, and they're not making the rest of the order. The manager had the employee in tears, and 9 boys didn't get food. I was...
9 boys is what they're feeding, and you needed 20 sandwiches? Hold on. 9 boys didn't get food. Okay, so if you've made 9 sandwiches, couldn't you just... How many sandwiches did you make at this point? If you had 9, you could cut them in half, and you could feed another 9.
Was mind blown. We offered big tips, gave free oil changes to employees working hard to make money. I run a mechanic shop and stay late for customer a lot. We didn't have crazy expectations. We just wanted a whole catering order 30 minutes before close. I know some people are going to be thinking, you're a business that's still open, so you have to do what the customer says. But
You also don't realize these people work for minimum wage and they do not care what the customer says.
want those same people to ask their mother to make them 20 sandwiches at 9:30 p.m. and let me know what she says. And if those 9 boys were still upset, they should have just suplexed the manager into a table and then made the cold cut combo themselves. I placed an order online for 2 footlongs. I walked in to pick up my order, and I was thankful I didn't leave a tip. I received 1 footlong, but ordered 2. It is very clear on the receipt that was attached to the package. I showed it to the woman working behind the counter, and she laughed and said, "Oh, I didn't see that. Let me get that for you." Not sure why she missed that. Has never happened to me before. Is she on something, or does she not know how to read English?
What, no one can make mistakes? Oh, that's just typical Karen behavior. That's friggin' frustrating. Like, clearly it was a mistake. That happens a lot at fast food places, let's just say that. I know many people, even myself, who if they've had mistakes, seems to be a regular occurrence.
I had to stand there and wait for her to make the other footlong, and then this person continues to write a whole 500-word manifesto. Are they on drugs? Can they read English? Jeez. Do you think this reviewer is going to tell their grandkids about this story? And then I had to stand next to the sneeze guard for 2 minutes. Okay, Grandma, can we go? And they forgot the mayo.
That looks like that was like way in the future. I bet those kids wish that death was still around.
Are a whole bunch of lengthy reviews just like this. And for these types of reviews, I start thinking about these people psychologically. I feel like these people either have something else going on.
100%. 100% these people have, obviously they're in a negative state of mind. And when you're in a negative state of mind, negative things tend to happen to you. Their lives are probably quite miserable, and then this is just the latest thing to go wrong, and now they're just gonna rant about this because they're in such a bad state of mind.
Or nothing else going on. I'm sorry that your lunch was ruined, but if this is the biggest problem in your life, you're doing all right. And maybe this wouldn't have happened if you left a tip. I went to the location.
Okay, say what you want about tipping. I freaking hate it. Especially at like a fast food restaurant. It's not like it's a sit-down place where there's this expectation of good service and blah, 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 blah. I don't want to tip for every stupid little thing that I'm buying. The last time I went to a Subway, I got my order. The person asked if I wanted bacon on it. I asked, and from what he said, I thought it was free. So I'm like, oh, sure. And then I left a tip. And then I looked at the bill, and I still had to pay for bacon. I was very disappointed.
At blah, blah, blah. The guy Frank there needs to take some customer service classes. He is not friendly, and when I told him he should be more friendly to his customers, he told me to go ahead and call whoever I wanted to complain. Frank, I love you. You don't need to take customer service classes. You need to be teaching them. IDK, who was working.
There are other parts of the world. I forget which countries it is. It actually might be like Spain or Greece. But instead of like in, North America where the customer is king, in these other parts of the world, they still serve the customer and whatever, but they have a different mindset to it, and the customer's not king in that mindset. Like, they'll do their job, but I think they also are a little bit more kind of like Frank.
Working at around 9:45 on May 17th, but somebody needs to give them a hug. I pull up to the window to pay, and there was 3 girls standing there doing nothing. One of them mumbled my total and stuck out her hand. I gave her my card, and she did her thing. Then she handed me a crumpled mess of a bag and 2 drinks with 0 ice. No have a nice night, no thanks for stopping in, not even a hello. IDK if all 3 of those girls lives together and somebody ran over their dog or something, but all 3 of them looked like they absolutely hated being there and—
Oh, I wonder why. I've worked at fast food places when I was a lot younger, okay? 100% I understand how they feel. I also do believe there should be some kind of, if you are serving people, you should have a little bit of an expression, a little bit of something. I went to a drive-thru a few days ago to get a coffee. I have never met a more sad employee in my life. Oh my gosh. The person, when I was gonna pay, they didn't smile. No facial expression at all. They didn't say anything either. They just looked at me. And then the window's closed. I'm like, yo. I've never met someone so sad at a drive-thru.
And me ordering my meal was the biggest inconvenience they could have experienced. I feel so bad for these workers. They need a hug, but also screw them 1 star. I can't believe
That was a cool animation there.
this McDonald's took my review down, but that's okay, I will recite it. They had no barbecue sauce for their nuggets the whole Memorial Day weekend. For all you barbecue sauce lovers out there, when you went to this location on any of those days and asked for barbecue sauce and you were told they didn't have any more, you must have felt crushed like I did. Like, what was the point of ordering nuggets and finding out they didn't have barbecue sauce afterwards?
I think like sweet and sour sauce is the best with them.
Why didn't they disclose that fact before ordering the nuggets and paying for it? I'll tell you why. Because they wanted to take advantage of us, just to get that sale. What the employees do? Take the barbecue sauce to their homes to use for their own Memorial Day weekend barbecues? This is one memorable, unfavorable moment that will be remembered for years to come.
Yeah, you know from now on, Memorial Day is no longer about the soldiers. It's about barbecue sauce for this individual. Every Memorial Day from here on out, he's telling the same story to his friends. Well, there's one year they didn't have barbecue sauce.
You know, there are many who are barbecue sauce lovers out there that went through the same feeling I did when I ordered 3 20-piece nuggets just to find out afterwards
Why did you order so much?
they didn't have any barbecue sauce. Like, if you agree.
If you're eating it at the restaurant and you're by yourself, you don't need that many nuggets. If you're going home afterwards, you can stop at Walmart and get barbecue sauce. It's not going to be that big of a detour.
I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but do you think they're out of barbecue sauce because the world's #1 barbecue sauce lover keeps ordering there? Going through all the trouble to write a review and then recite the review again, all because they were out of barbecue sauce, seems like a lot, but 60 nuggets with no sauce on a national holiday is a tragedy, I'll give you that. I love that this guy did.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be pissed if I ordered that much and they didn't have the barbecue sauce too. Don't get me wrong. I'd be definitely let down. I just don't understand why you needed that many nuggets. Unless you're taking it home to someone else. And this anger, like to rewrite the whole thing after they took down that comment, to rewrite the whole thing, I don't understand. Did you leave the comment and then like a week later you went back for some reason and then you see that the comment's no longer there and then you rewrote it? This is a symptom of mental illness, it looks like.
Didn't even consider that they were just out of sauce and instead went full conspiracy mode, thinking the employees were hoarding the sauce for their own barbecue. You gotta have barbecue sauce for your barbecue. It's in the name. I'm not going to act like every fast food restaurant is in the right all the time, because I've had my fair share of terrible fast food experiences
Same.
too. I once ordered a burger from Sonic, and they gave me the burger with no meat. And I went,
I'm not vegetarian.
dang, well, that's how my day is gonna go, I guess. I didn't write a lengthy review to hopefully be seen by someone at corporate. I don't know. I got other problems. If reading these reviews has taught you anything, it's that these fast food workers.
One thing you should always do when you get your food at a drive-thru is to check it before you drive away. That is what I've learned, because then you can check if they got it right or wrong. I understand, like, if you're not going to be opening up the burgers and everything, but check to make sure they at least have roughly what you ordered.
Have to deal with all sorts of customers going through all sorts of problems. So please be the customer who shows a little compassion. They are handling your food after all. Leave a like if you agree.
If you're at a fancy restaurant, do not complain basically until you have your food and they can't do anything to it. Because from what I've heard from people who work at like restaurants where, you know, like a sit-down restaurant where people go into the back and do stuff, if you are very rude, they will do stuff to your food.
My child works for Whataburger, hasn't been paid since December 2nd. Today is 1/4 and still no paychecks. We've been told lies saying paycheck is coming to the store, then FedEx is delivering it, and still nothing. He's only 18, so I feel like they're trying to get over on him. Not to mention the shift manager Liz is having an affair with some of the employees. Yo, what? A
Looks like someone's trying to get a raise.
burger? Thank you all for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, then I highly recommend reading some of these corporate office fast food reviews yourself.
I understand people make mistakes, and you know, there's no reason to go off on the rails on these employees. You know, bring it up to the manager. Hopefully they'll fix it. End of the story. You don't need to lose your mind and write a 42-page Google review because your barbecue sauce you know, they didn't have barbecue sauce on Memorial Day. Damn them. Like, it's absolutely absurd. But, yeah, I hope you guys like this. I enjoyed it a lot, actually. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the Odd Ones Out. If you're new, hit subscribe as well. And with that being said, oh yeah, I'm going to rate this. I don't remember the last time I reacted to an Odd Ones Out video, but I did enjoy this. I found it to be funny. The animation was nice and smooth and fluid. I like the stories in it, too. They were extremely entertaining. I'm going to rate this like a 9, I think, for an Odd Ones Out. I really liked it. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.